This wasn't someone who suddenly lost his vision. This was a man who had never seen light before. Today, we are looking at one of the most medically astonishing miracles ever recorded in the Bible, the healing of the man blind from birth. And this miracle wasn't done with words alone. It was done with spit, sand, and a command to wash. Welcome to the medicine behind the miracle. John 9 tells us something crucial. Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? That question alone tells us something important. This man didn't lose his sight. He didn't develop blindness later in life. He was born blind. And in ancient world, no surgery, no ophthalmology, no corrective lenses, and no rehabilitation. So being blind from birth meant permanent darkness. But before we talk about the miracle itself, we need to sit with the medical weight of one phrase: blind from birth. From a medical standpoint, that phrase changes everything. Congenital blindness doesn't mean blurry vision. It doesn't mean poor eyesight. It means that somewhere along the visual system, something never developed the way it should have. Let's break this down. One possible cause is congenital cataract. A cataract is the clouding of the lens. This is the part of the eye that focuses light. In adults, cataracts develop slowly and can be surgically removed, but in babies, the lens is cloudy from birth. Light never reaches the retina properly, and the brain never receives clear visual input. Another possibility is corneal opacity or malformation. The cornea is a clear front window of the eye. In some congenital conditions, the cornea is scarred, malformed, or completely opaque. This means light cannot enter the eye normally. Even today, corneal transplants are complex, not always successful, and especially difficult in congenital cases. In this condition, eye pressure is abnormally high from birth, and the optic nerve is progressively damaged. Vision loss can be severe and irreversible. Untreated congenital glaucoma leads to enlarged eyes, corneal damage, and permanent blindness. Once the optic nerve is destroyed, vision cannot be recovered because the signal pathway is gone. The retina is the light-sensing area at the back of the eye, and some children are born with retinal dystrophies, genetic retinal degeneration, absent or non-functional photoreceptors. In these cases, the eyes may look normal from the outside, but the retina cannot convert light into signals, and no signals means nothing for the brain to interpret. One of the most devastating causes of congenital blindness is optic nerve hypoplasia. This means that the optic nerve is underdeveloped, partially formed, or sometimes nearly absent. The optic nerve is the cable that carries visual information from the eyes to the brain. Without it, even a perfectly healthy eye cannot produce vision. And medicine cannot regenerate an optic nerve, not now and not in the first century. The next possible cause is anophthalmia. This is a rare condition characterized by the absence of eyes. This severe defect is usually accompanied by other severe craniocerebral defects. Here's what all these conditions have in common. They are not infections, they are not inflammations, and they are not temporary blockages. They are developmental. Something essential never formed or formed incorrectly or never connected properly. And medicine, even today, struggles with that. Now back to the miracle. Jesus does something unexpected. He spits on the ground, mixes saliva with dust, and makes mud. Now let's be honest, this makes people uncomfortable. When I read the story for the first time, I was shocked. But medically speaking, saliva does contain antimicrobial enzymes, and ancient medicine used saliva for some eye conditions. However, saliva cannot create a cornea, clay cannot form a retina, and mud cannot generate an optic nerve. So whatever is about to happen, the method cannot explain the outcome. Here's something most people miss. Vision is not just about the eyes. Vision is also about the brain. In someone blind from birth, visual pathways are inactive. The visual cortex is unused, so the brain never learnt how to see. So even if you magically fix the eyes, the brain would still need months to years to learn how to interpret visual information. Yet scripture tells us something stunning. After washing in the pool of Siloam, the man came back seeing, not slowly, not learning shapes, not confused by light. He saw. That means his eyes were healed and his brain was instantly activated. Let's be clear, the pool of Siloam wasn't medicinal nor magical. The washing did not cause the healing, it revealed it. Medicine restores what once existed. This miracle introduced what never existed. That's not repair, that's creation. When science reaches its limits, scripture invites us to look higher. This has been the medicine behind the miracle, where the medicine explains the disease, but the miracle speaks for itself. If you enjoyed this episode and would love to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.